Dear Nigerians, for how long are we going to look the other way while our country is being mismanaged? For how long? You know, first of all, this government, as far back as 2015, they said they had stopped paying subsidy. And for a very long time, they maintained that they were not paying subsidy. Up until at one time they now said, okay, what they were paying was under recovery. And then they came again. They said that they were no longer paying subsidy. And now we have the NNPC, the head of the NNPC, the GMD, coming out to say that they can no longer pay the subsidy that they are paying, 120 billion naira every month. You are busy protesting for your salaries to be paid. You are busy protesting for minimum wage to be increased. How will your salaries be paid? How will minimum wage be increased when your monies are being used to pay subsidy? When you talk, people is like, oh, subsidy. Subsidy for what? Subsidy to whom? What are we subsidizing? Diesel that runs the economy, diesel that it's more of importance in terms of economy. They use it to run what do you call it now, big jets, big vehicles, your trailers, your lorries, your big buses. They use diesel to run for industries and all of that. It is diesel that they use. It's not subsidized. It's not. But we are subsidizing luxury cars that are being driven. When you talk about this, some people say that, oh no, there's no subsidy. Who said it's because of subsidy that the price has not increased? Who said that? First of all these people that are importing fuel, that are bringing fuel into this country, when they know that they are the ones to pay all the bills, guess what? They know how to ensure their money, they efficiently use it in such a way that they are not spending unnecessary. Where they don't need to spend, they will spend. We saw what happened the other time with the subsidy scam. I don't even know what happened to those cases. Of course, we don't follow cases. We don't follow them through. We don't know what's going on there. And when we saw a situation whereby there were subsidies were paid for even the fuel that were not brought into the country. Most of the subsidy that is being paid on fuel, these fuel are not used in Nigeria. They are now, taken out to other neighboring countries and sold there. So for how long are we going to keep up this charade? For how long are we going to be using our money to just waste our money? And at the end of the day, we keep going on to borrow, and borrow more, borrow for the next generation that are yet to be unborn. Let us even look at this 120 billion naira. From my calculation here, for example, if we look at 2-bedroom flats, for example, maybe they cost like 10 million naira. Let's say 10 million naira for 2-bedroom flat. If we have lands given by government that it's not being paid, with 10 million naira, you can build decent 2-bedroom flat, right? And we look at the 120 billion that is being paid monthly. If you divide 120 billion naira with 10 million naira, you're going to get 12,000 units. So even if you say, okay, the 2-bedroom flat will cost 20 million naira, that's going to be 6,000 units of 2-bedroom flats every month. That's what is being paid as subsidy. Even if you carry that, this subsidy, I've said it repeatedly, can we stop subsidy? And there's no how the government will say that it's no longer paying subsidy, but it is the one determining price. You can't put a cap at it. Who is putting a cap on diesel? Who is putting a cap on palm oil? Who is putting a cap on gari that we are selling? Who is government giving you the price of gari? Is government putting a cap on the price of onion? The market forces will put a cap on it. When there is more demand, less supply, prices will go up. When there's more demand, when there's more supply, less demand, prices will go down. It's the natural thing of marketing. And there's no need. A situation whereby the government says, oh, there's no subsidy, but you have to sell this price at so amount. The same price in Lagos is what is the same price in Edo, the same price in Maiduguri, the same price in Sokoto, the same price in Kano, the same price in Port Harcourt, the same price in Niger. How is that going to work? It's not going to work. That automatically means there's subsidy. Somebody is subsidizing for the price to remain the same, irrespective of the fact that this liter of petrol is being taken for so much, from 1 kilometer to another, sometimes thousands of kilometers. Who is going to pay for that haulage? We cannot continue with this subsidy where a few people are using it to be rich. The poor woman in the village, she doesn't have a car, she doesn't have a bicycle. She probably is not even aspiring to buy a car. She's not. But yet you are using her money to pay subsidy. Can you please subsidize education for her, good quality education for her children to get, and education is the easiest way to break the shackles of poverty. When her children get that education, they'll be able to uplift the whole family. Can you use it to instead of subsidizing for petrol, can you subsidize food so that she'll be able to feed her children nutritious food? There are so many things that can be done. Can you subsidize and give her accommodation instead of the money you are spending on this subsidy, that you're subsidizing luxury for those of us that have more than one car? It's not really fair. We can't be using this so much. We're already crying. There's so much cost of governance. There's no money in the country. We're borrowing money to pay even salaries, and yet we're wasting money on unnecessary things. March this year was an opportunity for government to have removed the oil price has crashed so much that it was at negative. Why didn't the government use that opportunity to remove it and let the market forces take care of itself? In 2015, when they increased the fuel price to, was it 140 something or thereabout, the excuse that Buhari's administration gave was that they were going to remove subsidy, and Nigerians were ready for subsidy to be removed. And they said, no wahala, even if you increase it, they didn't do anything. Even when NLC came out to protest, nobody really listened to them. So why are we still paying this subsidy? 10 million naira to 2-bedroom flats. We will get 12,000 units from that 120 billion that is being paid. Imagine in 1 year, if you do that in 1 year, you are going to get 144,000 units of 2-bedroom flats. Do you know what 144,000 units of 2-bedroom flats is? If we say, for example, okay, teachers, let's put it in the educational sector. Let's look at teachers and say, good teachers with good grades, teachers with the qualification, that have what it takes, that are able to teach. We want to employ them into the public sector, right? And then they know that when they come in, there is a 2-bedroom flat that they're going to get maybe after 3 years or so, which will be taken out of it from their salary little by little, like owner-occupier kind of thing. You think that many people will not go into teaching at the federal level? Or at the state level, in primary, at the public level? They will teach in public schools. And so in that way, by the time we improve on the curriculum and getting the right kind of education, rejig our curriculum and everything, we will have our children having good quality education. Is that not something? By the time you say every year you are having 144,000 teachers having these units that they can get. Do you know the kind of people you will encourage to come into the educational sector and be part of it? In 10 years, that will be 1,440,000 units of houses that will be built by this money that we are already using and wasting on subsidy. Why are we not thinking governance? Why are we not running governance the way we run our businesses, the way we run our lives, the way we want things to work? This thing is not, prayers is not going to give us good governance, because God has given us capacity to make decisions for ourselves and get this good governance. What is it that we want that has not been given to us? Is it the manpower? Is it the resources? Is it the mineral resources? What is it? Yet we refuse to be a great nation. We keep holding ourselves down. We keep allowing charlatans into office that do not have the courage to do the right thing, do not have the capacity to do the right thing, they don't have the competence to do the right thing, are not even interested in doing the right thing, do not have the empathy to wish for others what they wish for themselves, and they don't want the people to enjoy. 120 billion naira is being used monthly to pay subsidy. Subsidy for what? To subsidize luxury? This 120 billion naira at 10 million naira per 2 units bedroom. I'm not including land, because I'm assuming at least government should be able to give free land for these things we use the money to build it. 10 million naira, you can build decent 2-bedroom flat. Decent. decent one, at least somebody will come, 2-bedroom flat that they will own, even if somebody who is starting life as a teacher, or even if you say even in the police force. How many police? What is our distance of the police? Imagine recruiting people with intelligence, people with the right creativity, people who are savvy, the youth with the capacity, the competence into the police force, instead of this crew too that we just bring in anyhow kind of people. Imagine qualified people to be there, degree holders and all of that, to get in there, and they know that in the scheme of things, with their payment and everything, they're going to get these houses given to them. Every year we are churning out 144,000 units at least of houses for them. Do you think they won't come in? Do you think they won't stay? People don't want too much. People just want to have decent accommodation, good quality education for their children, food to eat, roof over their head, good transport system, security and all of that. Not everybody wants to fly a private jet. Not everybody wants to travel abroad. No, when they have decent life, you know, these are things that you should not have too much money for you to be able to get it for yourself, for you to be able to do it for yourself. Why are we suffering our people? Why are we denying our people basic things that we can actually work on getting? These things are not rocket science. Leadership is not rocket science. All it needs is people that care, that have empathy, and want to do the needful for the people. And we must begin to look for those people and vote them into office. And when they don't do well, boot them out, criticize them, make demands of them, or send them away. We cannot continue to waste our monies like that, and people are sitting there every day praying to God to come and solve their problems. God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity to do for yourself. See you next time.